My name is Kyro, and I'm a professional skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area. Today, we're going to show you how to get perhaps the most important trick in skateboarding, the kickflip. If you are new to the kickflip, or if you have been trying it for a long time, this is the video to help you and give you some tips on how to get it faster.
All right, guys, so the whole purpose and the actual goal of Braille skateboarding is to teach you guys how to skateboard. Each and every single one of you, we want you to learn how to skateboard. We know that there's a lot of people who watch this channel that don't skateboard, and we want you guys to get skateboards and start skateboarding, and we want you to actually progress in your skateboarding. And we have found that these little pieces of rubber that we call skater trainers are helpful in doing just that. They're helpful because they hold your wheels in place, and when you stand on the board and you land on a trick, you don't die. So kickflip is an interesting trick because it's one of those tricks where people go, I know what I need to do to be cool at school and on my block and in the mall. I have to learn to land kickflips. And what they want to do is, as their first trick in all of skateboarding, they want to go straight to kickflips. And I'm here to tell you, you can do that. You can. It might take you a very long time to learn how to kickflip. So we set a series of tricks that you can progress up, hopefully, so that you guys can learn to kickflip faster. Let's say I gave you this board and you're like, I'm going straight for the kickflip. It might take you 2 years. Let's say you learn the tricks in the proper sequence. It might take you a month, maybe 2 months. I don't know. How long did it take you? #SkateGod.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Of sheer bleeding shins. No, just kidding. So I just want to explain some concepts that will help you learn how to kickflip before we get into every single step of the kickflip and how to learn it, which we are going to cover in this video right here. So there is this little thing, it's called muscle memory. You have muscles, they're in your legs, and they have memories, I guess. They remember how you're moving your leg, and so as you practice doing the motions of the trick, your muscle starts to learn that. I don't know if muscle memory is the appropriate term, but that is what it's called in sports, etc. But maybe we should call it muscle teaching. Well, I taught my muscles how to kickflip, and now I'm doing the best kickflips ever. So that's what we're going to go through, and these do help because instead of putting your wheels in a crack, you can just put your board anywhere. And the thing that's good about it is your tail still hits that. It's not like if you were to put this in grass and your tail's hitting the grass, you're not going to get the pop that you would, right? We have been teaching people how to skate, and we have been using these, and it has been helping a lot. So let's jump into all of the steps. This is going to cover every single step of the kickflip. If you guys have seen our regular tutorials, you have seen some of these steps. I might elaborate on them a bit more. We'll see where we go. But the purpose of this, like I said at the beginning, is that you learn to kickflip. Okay, first thing is first, for the kickflip is a correct foot position. Personally, I put my foot at about a 45-degree angle just down from those front bolts right there, right in that position right there, in the back foot with my toe right there on the tail going straight down. Now, one thing that I've noticed a lot recently in teaching people how to do these tricks is that they want to use their whole leg and push down like this. So instead of moving your whole leg like that, you are going to end up moving your whole leg, but it's a lot faster to go like this. The speed difference between this and this. Put your back foot just like there, and then you're going to start practicing going like this. Ah, ooh, ah, ooh. That's really the first step. You're getting that pop, and just get that down. And you can't even practice with your back ankle pushing, because you actually have a lot of power in your ankle. You have a lot of power pushing down. So it's very important that you do that. Good. You guys got that step. You got the foot position. You know where you're going. Let's go. We refer to these as the practice steps. Is you go like this. And now this is the key, the most important. If you don't understand this piece right here, you'll never kickflip. I don't know what to say. You just won't. This is the hardest thing to understand, the hardest thing to muscle learn. That right there. So it's funny, because in some of the videos, I think we kind of like stop it right there, but you actually need to go like this, and then this is the key component right here. You ready? You hear that? You hear that? That. I have like analyzed so many kickflips because I've done so many different skate support videos, which we are doing again. You guys can submit your videos at brailleskateboarding.com. That I've noticed that people often miss this step right here. And that's what actually makes it flick. If you watch like a really super slow motion kickflip, the foot will drag up like this and it'll go like that. And right at the second where your foot goes like that is where the board goes, oh, la 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 la. Catch it with your back foot, just like that. Put it down, land. Now, what I think is the best way to actually like build yourself up to this, and the skater trainers will help with this because they're confidence builders. Step off with your back foot. You can work on stepping off with your front foot, but I don't recommend that because you can learn to do it like this, which is a very common problem that you don't want to do. You don't want to push your foot down because you push your foot down, your foot lands before the board, and then you can even land on your foot like I did just there. So practice this. Like after you've done this a whole bunch, and you might need to practice and repeat that, and also this helps. Kicking your leg out is a big deal. Just like that. Pop it, flick it, step off with your back foot, leave your front foot on. The reason this is good is because after you get that down really, really, really well, the only thing you need to do then is bend your back knee, put your foot on. Of course, you're gonna need to jump, but if you bend your back knee, the board's flipping under you, this leg is already above it, put your foot down. You got it, you nailed it. So you feel confident with that, you're ready to commit, you got your position there, you got your foot position. Get 'em! And you got that confidence, you're rolling, you got it. Boom. So the whole idea with the skater trainers is sort of adds in this extra step, this extra like safety net, if you will, where you can do that and then you take the skater trainers off. So once you feel like, you're like, okay, I landed that one pretty solid. I didn't move afterwards, felt pretty good about it. Just like we slipped those on, let's slip them off. Then you go back here, just do it stationary, just like you did. Exact same thing. In fact, it might be better if you don't even think about the skater trainers being gone. And then you just do the same thing and then you're like, ah, la 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 la. Then, because you've already done the practice steps of learning how to ride and push, by the time you get to the kickflip, you really should have ollie, frontside 180, pop shove, front shove, maybe even heel flip. You don't have to learn every one of those tricks, but like I said at the beginning of the video, I do think it will help you to do them faster. So at this point, you've done the skater trainers, you've done it without the skater trainers not moving. Now you're ready to do the kickflip moving. Don't get too freaked out about this. Don't be like, oh my gosh, now I'm moving? What am I gonna do? No, pretend as though you're not actually moving. It's all in your head because the only difference is the ground below you is moving. I mean, if you really want to think about it, you're on a planet that's spinning all the time. I just ruined everyone's skating right there. So just give it a push. Do a kickflip. If you got it into your head that like you were totally confident that you could land it, it would be that easy. I don't know how many kickflips I've done, but let's say a lot. I've done very large amounts of kickflips. So for me, it's super easy, but if you're just starting out, it's gonna take practice. Do not get discouraged. Definitely use the skater trainers to build up your confidence because like 95% of it's gonna be up here. If you're sitting there thinking, I can't land this, I'm never gonna land this. Yeah, you're right, you won't. Never land it. If you're like, I can land it, I did it already on flat, did it with the skater trainers. Now I'm gonna give it a little push, nice and slow, do all of the steps that we practiced earlier. You will land it, yes. All right, guys, so that is the kickflip. Those are the steps of the kickflip. Now, I'm gonna try and cover a few points of things that could go wrong that could prevent you from learning to actually land this trick. Step one of those, which I covered a little bit briefly already, is flicking down. This is the 100% the most common problem that I see on the skate support videos. The person pops the foot, or pops the tail, flicks the foot and it goes straight down. This can be because you practiced it incorrectly. I think that you guys are doing this incorrectly because in your mind you're a bit scared to land on the board. I could be wrong on that, and everybody has a little bit of a different situation, but it is a comfortable thing to pop your board, flick it, and have your foot go straight to the ground. On the ground, you're safe. In the air, you could land anywhere. You want to get over that. You have to get over that. And once you've done that a bunch, like I said about the having your muscles learn where to move and how to flick and all that, you have had your legs and your muscles learn incorrectly. So like Yoda, you must unlearn what you have learned. So you have to break that habit. The only way I know to break a habit like that is just pure and repeated repetition over and over and over and over and over and over and over. That is so important. It is so key. Just something that you really have to get down that is really, 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 really vital. So just stand on your board and just repeat those motions over and over and over again. Vital to do that. Another point on that is I do think the skater trainers will help you because these are a confidence building factor. You know that when you land on the board, you're not going to be rolling. So it is going to give you that extra little piece of mind that you're going to land, and you can just land on these and land. The next thing is landing primo, or like this. You want to make sure that your board is flipping all the way. Ideally, you're catching it in the air with your back foot, but as a beginner, don't even care. I've seen some people send me videos and they say, I landed a kickflip, but I caught it with my front foot, and so that's not right. It doesn't matter. Like, look, if the board flipped and you landed on it, you landed it. So just take it. If your board is landing primo or upside down, you can play around with your foot position. Generally speaking, more foot is going to make the board go slower. Less foot is going to make the board flip faster. The other issue that I've seen is that people don't put their back foot on again. They get that practice step down where they can kickflip and land with their front foot, kickflip, land with their front foot, but they're not getting their back foot on. Again, this is just a confidence thing. Just don't be scared of it. And again, the skater trainers can help that because they're going to stop you from rolling, but you still get that pop. But there is going to be a point in the learning process where you just have to make yourself do it. It's interesting, if you saw the video of Gabe kickflipping the 5, every time he would do this kickflip and he would catch it and it would be perfect. And all he would have to do is leave his feet on there, but he would take his feet out, So it took him to the point where he had to like go, and then just go and land it. It's almost like you're going into war and you're just like, you have your sword or whatever kind of battle and you're going. And like you're going for it no matter what, whether not something happens. That's usually when you land it because your confidence is there. So again, build up your confidence, get as much practice in as you can, and you will land it. Now the next thing is you can lean too far in really any direction. There's 4 directions: that way, forward, or backward. So the best thing to do for that is just stand still on the board, get your practice in, and just flip it, land it. If you're leaning too far forward, you'll see that your feet are jumping in front of the board. Back, same thing. Front, you'll land too far on the nose. Back, too far on the tail. You want to land right there. You want to be watching where your head and shoulders are because let's say your feet are here, but your head and shoulders are kind of like that. Your shoulders should be pretty well centered with your feet. So just get that in and you should be able to land on that board nice and easy. Good, now the next thing is that practice makes perfect. Practice, 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 practice. So the thing that's great about these is they do help you get in a lot of practice in a small amount of time, and you can just do the work, and it is going to require work. I want to make sure you guys understand that because I will get these videos from you guys and you'll be like, yeah, I've been skating for 2 weeks and I can't kickflip. Should I give up? And I'm like, no, what do you mean? I think it took me 6 months to learn how to ollie, and now I can do a few tricks, so you guys can do it too. You really can. Just like in life, don't give up. It's like if you don't land the kickflip the first time, or if you don't get the job that you always wanted the first time, just don't ever give up. Don't give up, because if you give up, that's the only way that you're gonna fail. From kickflips to life lessons, we're really doing it all here at Braille Skateboarding. Like I said at the beginning of the video, the purpose of Braille is to teach you guys how to skateboard. It is really important to us that you are actually learning how to skateboard. Skateboarding completely changed my life, and I think it will change your life too, at least giving you a hobby that you can get out and have fun on. And if you guys want to check out the skater trainers and learn how to skate, you can check them out with the link in the description below. Thanks a lot. Please subscribe, please like, leave a comment below, and I really want to know, what trick do you guys want to learn next? Because I want to do more tutorials and I want to teach you. I want to get all of you guys riding your skateboards. Let's go.